Another comparison, you was right though with Diesel. It looks like Diesel has put his leather trousers in the wash.
Shrunk them. And he's put them on as
weird.
3/4 lengths. It was odd. And
he destroys Scalar early on with a massive forearm. Was it a forearm or did you just punch him in the face?
He just punched him in the head. It looked like he just punched him in the head.
His Lego
really
hair nearly fell off. Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Gimme a Hull Yeah Wrestling Podcast. My name is Ant, and this is
Ollie.
And today we are looking for NXT Episode 5.
Yeah.
I was really excited for this week's episode.
So was I.
I was very disappointed by this episode.
What a letdown.
But thankfully, because they're showing 2 episodes a week now, we did get a really excellent episode, possibly the best episode so far.
Yeah.
Really good. And that was episode 6, so stay with us, watch this review if you're interested in this review. If not, if you subscribe to the channel, we'll have episode 6 out in the very near future, so you can go watch that. And if you press the ring bell icon,
Ding, 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 ding.
ding ding ding, round 1, one fall, you will get notifications for the next video, which is awesome. And follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well, and we'd like to let you keep you updated on what's going on there. If you are interested in supporting the channel, a comment really helps us out, or a like, a thumbs up really helps us out. But we're also on Redbubble as well, where you can get merchandise, or you can head on over to Patreon and support us there if you choose to. So let's talk a little bit about NXT Episode 5. It's 7th of November. Still in Cambridge.
Yes.
I expected to be in Birmingham by this point.
Yeah, I thought they would have moved on by now, but I guess they just filmed so much that they had fun.
And this really felt like, we've got all this stuff that we need to put out.
Yeah, I think episode 5 might have been that let's just dump all this stuff that we've got just into one episode as quickly as we can.
Yeah. So first up we had Dave Mastiff versus Damien Weir.
Yeah.
Damien Weir didn't get an entrance,
No,
dude.
he didn't. Well, I wasn't expecting him to do that, to be honest with you. Like, I think if you're coming up against Dave Mastiff at this point, this early on, and you're building him to be a monster, there's no point.
There's no point.
Given
There's
the guy
no
that
point.
he's about to eat alive, because we'll never see him again.
Speaking of eating alive, Dave Mastiff, apparently, according to the commentators, is a massive fan of Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah.
Cleared out the catering department of all the Yorkshire puds.
Yeah, and then gave him a smile, an awkward smile, apparently. And it was a weird little bit of commentary. The whole episode was a kind of weird episode, wasn't it? Like, the whole thing felt very surreal.
The commentators were pointing out at the start of this episode that the camera was shaking, something you'd noted in the first. So, as Dave Mastiff, every footstep that he takes, the camera shakes like he's Godzilla.
Yeah.
The commentators pointed that out this time, which I thought was a bit weird.
Yeah, a bit late to the game, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I got there first, so...
Yeah. Probably watch this podcast, dude.
Yeah, they probably do.
Oh, yeah, they actually did that, yeah. So the squash match, Sense on in the middle.
Yeah.
Mastiff holds Weir up for a one-arm delayed suplex for ages. Just holds him with one arm. Really good work.
Yeah.
Positions Weir in the corner for a cannonball. Looks at him, positions him, gives him the thumbs up.
He was having fun, wasn't he?
He
with
was,
this match?
yeah,
he was having fun.
yeah. And the crowd enjoys it, and
Yeah.
I enjoy stuff like that. It's a squash, let's just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Then he just crushed him.
Yeah.
He crushed him with a cannonball.
And they didn't cut they didn't cut right before the impact, which was nice because you just saw this massive body just crush this poor
Splat.
Damien Weir. Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, pretty good. And Face Mastiff, which is what I called in the first episode.
I didn't think they'd do that.
Yeah.
I still want to see him go with...
Oh, he'll go heel at some point, I'm sure.
I want to see him in a tag team, man. I really want to see him in a tag team. Yeah, with the Rowan's family pet. I can't remember the
Wyatt
name.
Wyatt family.
What's his name? The guy that wears the hog mask.
Oh, man.
Tag team with him, man.
Yeah, the wild boar, isn't it?
Yes,
Is it
Wild Boar. That's right, yeah, Wild
I'm sure
Boar.
it's Wild Boar.
We see a video package of what happened with the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang.
Yeah.
So El Ligero, not El Ligero.
Ligero. Well, it's Ligero now, isn't it?
now.
But it is El Ligero.
So it was a video package. What makes him unique?
My mask.
My mask. No, man. That's not what makes you unique. Your ring style's what makes you unique.
And that, by the way, that wasn't a pop at the way that he speaks. That was like, because he sounds fine. It's just a stupid idea.
And he would have. I don't think it would have been him that he was told to say that by WWE. But
El Ligero, through all the indie like British promotions that I've watched, and I've not watched anywhere near like them all. Ligero pops up everywhere. Okay,
yes.
El Ligero pops up everywhere, and he is one of the most recognizable, characters. I've never heard him speak before.
No,
never
I
heard him
haven't.
speak. And I think if you have him speak, it takes away a lot of that mystery. It takes a lot of that mystique out.
It does a bit, but also I think the other problem is the whole mask thing is it's not about the mask. It's about his in-ring style, which is a sort of celebration of lucha libre is how I'd describe it, as opposed to, because obviously he's not Mexican. But yeah, no, it's from Leeds actually.
Yeah.
James Drake video package next. Looks a bit like Kurt Hawkins has had a baby with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, he has got that look about him.
Yeah.
I quite like his like hair thing he's got going on. I like lion's mane.
Yeah, it does get a bit messy during the match.
It does, which I don't mind that.
You like a messy head?
I like a messy head.
Cool. As opposed to a Roman Reigns conditioner.
Oh, like sopping wet.
Yeah, just got out the shower, ready for a match.
Yeah.
Then we get Ginny promo. Has more money than any other wrestlers put together.
That was a weird statement to make. I'm absolutely 100% sure she hasn't.
Well, I don't know.
John Cena? John Cena could probably make that statement.
Have you heard of The Rock?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we're not talking part-timers now, are we? Let's be honest.
And you mentioned John Cena.
Well, yeah, that's true, actually. That's
so
true.
we have Ligero versus James Drake. The Ginny thing, what do you think about Ginny? I'm enjoying it, man.
Okay, so the first promo, the first video package, awful.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Second video package, about a million steps forward. It was great. This one is starting to lose me again.
Or is it? Okay.
Yeah, this can't, like, I like what they're doing with the, what were the words that popped up? It was like,
because it was in
refined,
a Vogue style.
violent,
yeah.
Like, and they had the nice like switch between the two. But then for her to go like, I've got loads of money. I go, if you're not using that in a way like Ted DiBiase, if you're not doing that like I'm gonna buy everyone, like if you're not doing
maybe
that,
she will, man.
Maybe
she. Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
That would be great.
Ted DiBiase, Matt. I love Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, it's a great
when he gets people
thing.
in the audience to like do things.
Stuff,
you know, Rob Van Dam. He made Rob Van Dam kiss his feet. In the audience.
And didn't he then not give him the money?
Yeah, oh, they never give him the money. Never give him the money. No, there's a great one with a kid where he's got a basketball and he's got to do 10. It's amazing, and then he knocks the basketball out of his.
Like, see that as an angle like that kind of I'm rich and I'm going to use it to make you hate me is great, but just to go like I'm really rich and I'm Vogue,
I found it funny. I like it.
I like
it.
Did nothing for me.
I like it.
I
can't wait.
I like last week's
Tony
promo.
Storm.
I didn't like this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. And talking to Ted DiBiase, if you enjoyed the video, we'll also do a Wrestling Rewind series, which is based on old pay-per-views. We're currently in 1995, which is a bit of a slog. But Ted DiBiase has done some awesome stuff, so feel free to check out our playlist. That would be rock and roll.
I was 2 years old in 1995.
Was he, dude?
That's terrifying.
I was nearly at high school in
fun
1995.
Fact. Right, fun fact.
Go on.
Okay. I share a birthday with the first ever episode of Monday Night Raw. January the 11th, 1993, my birthday.
And if you want to know any more Ollie facts, leave a comment below. And
no one will do that. Shut up, talk about wrestling.
Yeah, let's go. Ligero.
Yeah, Ligero.
Versus, I don't really like the word Ligero by itself.
No, well, it's because they're stripping him of the Mexican thing, aren't they?
Yeah, it sounds
That's
like
why.
it sounds like
he can't be El Ligero if he's from Leeds.
Doesn't it sound like a cigarette packet?
Yeah,
like Marlboro.
Yeah.
Random thought.
Yeah.
Performed for years as Ligero. Do I need to tell you, WWE, why I'm having difficulty remembering his goddamn name? No, he performed as many years as El Ligero. So the crowd start chanting for James Drake, which is great, and we don't like to swear on the podcast, so we'll say bottom face.
Yes.
Due to Drake having a picture of his face on the back of his knickers or wrestling trunks or whatever you'd rather. His gear's rubbish.
They actually had a lot of like lacy bits on them.
Yeah.
Didn't they looked like string or something.
Yeah.
Which did make them look a bit like knickers.
It looked a bit
lacy
like
knickers.
He hadn't had a
James
shave.
Drake wears lacy knickers. That's a statement.
That's a chant, man. That's a chant.
Yeah.
I thought Drake felt really aggressive during the match, actually.
Yeah, he was
Some
good.
really vicious stomps on Ligero and stuff like that. A code red bomb from Ligero looks greater later in the match. A nasty trip from Drake sent Ligero face flat into the mat. Looks really good. A springboard DDT gets Ligero the win. I enjoy the two styles, and I think that they did a good job. I just don't think that WWE are letting Ligero go like he is. I mean, we've both seen him at local venues, like really put on these sort of incredible shows with great speed. In a similar sense with sort of NXT UK, how they're letting Mark Andrews go. Ligero's just as capable of that. So,
and this is the thing about El Ligero is he's so like diverse with his style. He can do anything, and he's got this amazing thing that he does in a fair few of his matches that I've seen. The one that sticks out to me is Martin Kirby when he had a match with Martin Kirby. Yeah. So he does this amazing comedy style that starts off a match that then builds into like actually a very technically sound, serious match, and it tells such a good story. And they just don't seem to be allowing him to do that, which is what he's so good at. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they wouldn't want that, because it is entertainment.
And the other thing is, when it comes to his mask as well, like I don't understand why WWE aren't using him, because that's a figure. Right there, you know, that's a figure that kids would
larger than life.
You know, a mask that kids can buy that love stuff like that. You know, and we see. I mean, he's fresh. He should be fresh. You know, I know that we've got who are the masks that we've got in. We've obviously got Rey Mysterio back now. We've got Kalisto, Sin Cara, and then the lads from 205 Live, Lince Dorado, and Gran Metalik.
Yeah,
is that all we've got?
I think so.
But we've got a lot, you know, and just celebrate that, you know. And his looks very different to the rest of them. It
also
just take the stabilizers off, man.
That really like close up style on his promo as well, like with the camera so close. It made his mask look really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
didn't it?
Yeah.
Because it can't be for him, because he must be used to wrestling in it by now. But there's something about just being that close to it. It just maybe it's just the oppressive shot, but it just looked uncomfortable, man.
No, yeah. Interview with Toni Storm next. Dakota Kai wants to be the first UK champion. Dakota Kai comes along and says she's going to kick the head off anyone who gets in her way, building up to a match next week, which we'll talk about in the next episode, which I can't wait to talk about.
Radzi asking more boring questions. Audio quality terrible again.
Really bad.
Interviews are becoming problematic.
I think they are, aren't they? Yeah. No, I agree.
Boring, bad quality.
Boring backstage things, but also if you're doing a British thing, get them down a 10 foot. A 10 foot, for those that don't know, is the whole way of saying ginnel. Or back alley.
Yeah, like the alley between two houses.
Yeah, 10 foot. There we go.
10 foot.
Bit of whole knowledge for you there.
Yeah.
Liverpool's number one backstage message. Next week he has a match and he's going to prove why he's Liverpool's number one. He is going to prove it by beating the Bangra Bad Boy. We get into that match next week, and needless to say, it was actually really good.
It was really good. Well, Amir Jordan's really good.
Yes.
But what do you know what I don't understand about the promo is that he upsells the Bangra Bad Boy. He goes like, "Oh, he's great," and I go like, "Hang on, you're
but is that him?
Are you not meant to say everybody but me is terrible?" I don't know.
The problem is, in the episode, we'll talk about it more next episode, but he was actually really good. And that's the problem. If he turned out to be James Ellsworth, then it would have been a real heel thing. But you're right, because
I suppose if you build up your competitors and then beat them, it makes you look even better, I guess.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Ashton Smith gets beat by the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang backstage. Cool. I have just pasted something. They deliver a promo in the centre of the ring, so Ashton Smith comes out and gets beat up, so they deliver a promo instead. Joe Coffey says the Coffees are taking what they want. The crowd start chanting, "What are you saying?" And then what, sounding like you made the comparison.
Oh yeah, they sound like the mine.
Yeah.
What's that from?
I think it's Finding Nemo. Yeah. But they didn't let it derail them at all, which I thought was good.
They did really good. In fact, you know what? Joe Coffey did the thing which I said about Gibson's promo before about just going slightly off script just to address the hate coming from the crowd, and that was a really nice moment. It worked really well.
It was a good promo. It's really building up this faction.
Big strong boys in a Scottish accent sounds amazing.
It does. Big strong boys.
These big strong boys. I'm not going to try and do a Scottish accent again. I can't do one. But it was great.
He says there's no more British strong style or big strong boys, and from now on it's pack mentality. This is our kingdom. That'd be a good faction name.
I think that's what they're going for. The pack, because he did put a lot of emphasis on that, didn't he? Yeah, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Pack mentality, and I was like,
they'll end up something like the Pack Highlanders or something.
I think they might just go with the Pack.
You reckon?
I think that would do. Yeah, the Pack is a cool name for a stable.
There is an interview backstage. Andrews and Webster are outside the headmaster's office, also known as Mr. Johnny Saint.
Because they film from such a high angle, they look like little kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah. They look like
just in
kids
the corridor
in trouble outside the headmaster's office.
No, excuse me, sir, we want a match. Yeah, so they want a match with the Coffees, obviously. You noticed something funny about the door.
So, like, obviously, with all WWE programming, when they're not using their own venue, so they've got to make do, and they stick the cards up saying, this person's office, that person's office, headmaster's office, whatever. But they had the office card up, and just like next to it was like very clearly like a door to like a hallway or something, because it just said like fire door keep closed, and I'm pretty sure office doors aren't fire doors normally.
Not normally, no.
Like to single offices, but it was funny.
Eddie Dennis next versus Sid Scala. Yes. We've seen Sid Scala before. Was that again in the squash match against Mastiff? I think it was.
Yeah, he got absolutely crushed.
He looks great, man. He looks like a Lego man.
What, Sid Scala?
Yeah, he's got like Lego man hair.
I still hate him. I still hate him.
I like him.
It's when he gets into the middle of the ring and he does that thing where he like crouches down low and he like talks to himself into the mat and then goes like, yeah.
I like it. I love it.
He takes himself so seriously.
Yeah, that's why
really annoys
me. That's why he's great.
So
the moment we've been waiting for, really, Eddie Dennis, this sort of debut. We've been building up to this with some great promos in the last few weeks. His ring gear,
so weird.
It looks like, I think you compared it to...
I compared it to the wrong person. So who I should have compared it to, now that I think about it, is one half of the club.
Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, Luke Gallows. Do you not think he's got like, but it's like cut off version of Luke Gallows pants.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But another comparison, you was right though with Diesel. It looks like Diesel has put his leather trousers in the wash,
and then shrunk them, and he's put them on as 3/4 lengths. It was odd. And then the black vest. I don't know what.
It was a wrestling singlet, I think, but it looked real low the way that it come down, and because he was wearing shorts over the top of it, it was either a wrestling singlet or a swimming cosy. I mean, who knows?
It was very strange either way. It wasn't what I was expecting, judging by his promos.
No, I agree.
I thought he was going to come out like almost like not in the same kind of vein, but like Hunter Hearst Helmsley when he's like the kind of debonair dude. That's what I thought. Maybe he'd go with like, I'm an educated man, I'm an ex-headmaster, but I'm here to. But he came out like, I don't know, like Luke Gallows. Weird. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. The thing is this head teacher that's wearing leather jackets and some nice sequin. Print on the back. It doesn't really go.
Do you know what would really suit him? Like the Finn Balor. I know
don't say Finn Balor again.
Like a proper leather jacket and then proper wrestling tights.
I don't know. I think it's maybe a suit jacket. Was a suit jacket too bad? Do you know, like JBL when he was doing that sort of? That sort of work.
Yeah, like the. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, like the sports, the very posh sports jacket.
Yeah.
With like
I think so. Yeah,
something like that would have been cool. But it was a very odd choice. I feel for the character that he's developed so far.
Yeah, and it's clearly a heel character that he comes out to as well. So these sort of promos were there was hints of heel in there, but there was also hints of he's been left behind as well, which is quite empathetic. Sorry for him. Yeah. And clearly he's given up his job to do this, and so I felt empathy for him. But no, he's very much just a heel.
Yeah, it seemed
a very
that way,
tall heel.
Yeah, he's so lanky,
massive.
Yeah, he's 6'5", I think.
Is that what he is?
Yeah,
wow.
6'5".
Wow.
But he's like a like a kind of lanky 6'5". He's not like an Undertaker.
No.
Big built 6'5".
No.
He's like is Undertaker 6'5"? I think Undertaker's bigger than 6'5", actually.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, no, he's a bit gangly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, I like his style. I like his offense. He feels very slightly awkward in the ring when he moves around, but I think that's just because of his proportions. Do you know what I mean?
So,
I think that's what it is, because he's very good in the ring.
But then maybe when he gets to fight someone else, it'll
look different.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sid Scala's
so
small.
Yeah,
yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, you put Sid Scala again, you know, to build up these guys, but actually, you're right. He might have been too small for Eddie Dennis. He destroys Scala early on with a massive forearm. Was it a forearm, or did you just punch him in the face?
He just punched him in the head. It looked like he just punched him in the head.
His Lego hair nearly fell off.
I've never been so happy as to see Sid Scala get punched in the face.
Eddie Dennis screams. He's waited a decade for this moment, and this is what you give me. And it's met by a massive slap to the face from Sid Scala, which was nice to see him come back.
He got in way more offense than I was expecting.
He did, yeah.
I thought Eddie was going to bury him. But
and it was quite good offense. He had some high cross bodies. He had a nice cross body off the top rope.
There was one point where I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to do the upset victory angle and have Eddie's debut ruined and have him go that way. Do you know what I mean? I thought
that would have been interesting. Yeah, that could have been interesting. Yeah,
but also I don't
Sid
think
Scala
I could have handled Sid Scala winning. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Sid Scala was working as a heel, it would be so effective. As a face, I hate him so much.
I like him.
Oh God, he does my head.
Nice little hair. He delivers. So the Scala did a crossbody, and it looked awesome. So Eddie did a lot of the work to jump up to meet him without sort of stopping the momentum, which is a really difficult thing, I think, to do.
Particularly for a tall guy.
Yeah, exactly. And Scala, because he could have jumped up too far, and Scala just would have looked like an idiot because he would have bounced out the ring. But then there's a buckle bomb to Sid Scala.
Yeah, like a crucifix buckle bomb, wasn't it?
Yeah. Looks pretty devastating.
Yeah, it was.
Looked like
nice.
He might have killed him.
Also, from that
nearly
height,
knocked his hair off. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
When he's so tall as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that kind of move. He knows his moveset that works for him, because from that height, it's going to be devastating, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him against Mark Andrews, I think.
Yeah.
Next stop driver gets the pin. Looks like a decent finisher.
Yeah, it's good.
Not sure how the finisher will work on a bigger bloke though. Sid Scala's tiny.
Yeah.
Can you imagine against Coffey or?
It's hard to tell how strong Eddie Dennis is.
Yeah, when he's on against
when you
Sid
put him
Scala,
against Sid Scala, you get no indication of that. I do want to see him again against somebody else.
It was a bit of a letdown considering the promos that we had.
Yeah, his promo ability is incredible. I just think that it was a weird match. It was a weird first match.
Agreed.
To put him in. I think I would have rather just seen him go straight in with Andrews.
I think Andrews
straight away.
Really sort of
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Next match we have Pete Dunne versus Danny Burch. Entrance. Worst entrance for Danny Burch ever.
Weird.
Really
Camera
weird.
Angle.
It was from the hard cam, which is set in the actual video screen. So he just sort of comes out and goes, yay, or whatever he does.
And you only sort of see him from the back.
You just see him from the back.
And the side.
And
at the very bottom of the screen as well.
Yeah, and then it carried on following. They must have lost camera signal.
Well, that's what I think is because they kept cutting to a camera on the left-hand side of the ring and never to the one that was on the right. Yeah. And I wonder if that one would have been the one that would have picked him up coming out, but so they had some kind of technical fault with that camera, and maybe that's why they had to use the...
I mean, it was sort of amazing. I think this might have been the last match of the weekend, if I remember rightly. So perhaps they were running into difficulties there. The commentators talk about Pete Dunne's mouthguard early on and how that gives him an advantage. Great. Yeah. Wonderful, right? Yeah. You're right. It's come into play with Tyler Bate in the past and stuff like that, and some really good stuff. I think he used it with Adam Cole as well, someone like that. And great. We didn't see any of it in the match.
No, that was...
if you're going to start selling the mouthguard, let's see a bit of it in the match.
Particularly if the commentary's not live.
Well, it's not live. It's definitely not live.
Exactly.
We know that from the last episode. But it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Dunne starts manipulating Burch's body parts. He does it so good. I mean,
good.
It's so slow, but you can't take your eyes off it.
Yeah, because it looks painful. It looks painful, horrible. I think we've talked about this before, but it's something that takes not a lot of there's not a massive amount of risk involved. Like, you're not throwing yourself off of stuff, but it looks as horrible as those moments do. Do you know what I mean?
It does, yeah.
It's nasty. Yeah. There's so many times I'm wincing and cringing away.
Well, he does it as well as Zack Sabre Jr. That's the other guy who does it so well. A great takedown as Dunn goes to leapfrog Birch, but he catches his leg on the way down. That was a really neat spot.
That was great.
Dragging Dunn down, unique. I like it. Then it got quite slow for a long part of the match, I felt.
Yeah.
There was an X-Plex on the apron, which was okay.
Yeah, it kind of came off kind of weird, and so he ended up not really getting enough height for it to feel like there was a strong landing.
Yeah,
he sort of just slid onto the ring apron.
Some nice stomps and kicks as Birch is on the floor. Also some flat-footed kicks from Pete Dunne, which sound awesome, which is good. I think Pete really sort of carried this match for me. Birch shouts "have it" before delivering a dropkick. Nice character work, I suppose. Yeah. Birch gets a nice powerbomb before a strong knee to strike Dunn's face. Really nice connection on that. Starts going back to the joint manipulation, but Birch gets back with a German suplex. The German suplex starts to play into the match a little bit.
Yeah.
Birch went for the second rope German suplex, which was all on Pete Dunne, really. So Birch in control of this move at all. Pete Dunne throws himself over so that he flips over to land on his face. Yeah. There's no way I don't think you could do a German suplex off the second rope without breaking your neck.
I've seen it done before, but really? I think I think it's always the person. I know. I think they always go onto their front.
Onto the front, yeah.
Because I've never seen it done onto someone's shoulders or back or neck, because I think it's just way too risky.
It is, of course it is.
Way too risky.
Although, in one of our wrestling rewinds that we've just done, me and Dom, there was Road Dogg did a pile driver off the second turnbuckle. Road Dogg did Road Dogg did a pile driver.
Road Dogg's good. He
did a pile driver off the second turn, and do you know when you're like, oh no.
Who did he do it on?
1-2-3 Kid, I think.
Oh right. Well, I mean,
Sean Waltman. Yeah. Birch gets a headbutt. I thought that German suplex was the best part of the match, actually. Birch gets a headbutt followed by a DDT. Oh no, it wasn't that bad. There was a great sequence that started now. It started off with sort of an X-Plex, a lot of reversals.
Yeah.
Dunn, he goes for Birch goes for the German, but Dunn flips onto his feet.
I thought he landed on his head.
I
thought he landed on his head.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit. I thought that was a great part of the match.
Yes,
Birch gets a headbutt.
Was great.
Followed by a DDT to go for the pin. So good. It's nice to see Dunn using extremities in ways to get out of submissions. That's something I haven't seen as much, and he used it quite a lot in this match. So when he had it in a crossface at one point, and he pulls his arms apart and then goes with
fingers,
it. Great stuff, man.
Well, this is what I think we probably talked about this as well. Is Pete Dunne's ring mentality, where he can tell a story of, I'm going to win by any means necessary. And it's if it's kicking from the floor, if it's going for the fingers when that part of their body's exposed, even if they've got even if they've got Pete Dunne in a worse position, he can still find those ways to win, and that's what's so great about him.
It is,
it's not just what's so great about him, but it's one of the things that make him amazing.
Danny Birch kicks out of a bitter end.
Yes.
What?
Okay, so
what?
Danny Birch.
Hang on, what?
Danny Birch is great. Danny Birch is a bit. It makes sense to me.
Does it?
The whole build up of the match, so Danny Birch is, he's the ring veteran. He's been around 15 years. He's they've gone into that whole thing of he was inventing British strong style while Pete Dunne was still in nappies or whatever the reference was. I think that what they're doing here is they're going veteran versus the new lion. Do you know what I mean?
I get that. I just don't think it's been built up well enough for that, though.
I think they've built Danny Birch really well as a tough guy, as a resilient guy. And if anybody's going to kick out of that on NXT UK, Danny Birch makes sense to me. Because I think he's an ex-boxer. He's been beaten around a ring before.
I just don't want to see it all the time.
No, fair enough.
I don't want to see people kick out of the bitter end.
No,
it's a good finisher.
It is a good finisher,
and it should be saved. And I don't think Danny Birch is the right. No, I don't think Danny Birch is the right person. You save that moment for something big. a takeover where someone kicks out with a bitter end, and until that point, it's devastating.
Well, it's weird because I thought they were going to build that match up to be like not a pay-per-view, but I didn't expect it to be on like the next week. I didn't realise it was going to be on this episode.
They're sort of throwing people at Pete Dunne at the minute to sort of build up
his credibility.
It's to build up to Gibson versus Pete Dunne again. Yeah. We'll talk more about Gibson in the next episode because there's an awesome promo. Pete Dunne eventually bends Birch's fingers back to get the submission from Dunne.
Yeah, he does the snap and then bends and he taps.
Good. Yeah, I mean, fine. I just wish that they didn't go for the bitter end.
I don't mind it so much. Cool. I kind of like that they're using his finger thing to get a finish out of it.
I like that. Yeah, I agree.
Because it's so brutal looking, but I haven't seen him very often using it to actually get the finish.
Oh no.
So it's nice to see that happen.
But that's sort of slightly lessened by the bitter end, isn't it?
What you mean? Because he's softened him up.
Well, it's just a fact. I just don't like the fact he kicked out of it at all. I really don't. Anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah.
How many gay stars would you give this episode?
It wasn't a good episode.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a good episode.
It was sort of all the stuff they had and the
like it was frustrating in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Because there was just a lot of fluff. 1 star.
1 star.
Yeah. And the only thing that gave it 1 star was Danny Burch versus Dunne.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I thought it was. I thought Dunne and Burch was okay. I thought Dunne carried it, man. So best performer for me goes to Dunne.
Yeah, same.
Danny, and the best match was Dunne and Burch.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. If you've enjoyed the episode, please hit that like button and let us know what you think on Facebook. That'd be awesome to hear from you. And support us on Patreon or Redbubble. And check out our YouTube. We've got lots of videos out. So watch them. I get really rubbish at doing that at the end of the video.
We'll say bye now.
Go on then. Keep it gay.